with them, I'm asking, I said, well, okay, where's the men in your family? Us brothers, we have to take back on the roles of vetting the men that are going to marry our daughters, our sisters, even our mothers. We have to protect the women more, because a lot of times when I talk to sisters even that are not even in the knowledge of the truth, and they tell me all this stuff, I said, well, where are the men in your family to set this man straight? So now, if we don't have men in the family setting these men straight, what's going to happen? The woman, she's forced to choose a man based upon emotion, feeling. These men know how to game these women and say what they want to hear. She's not making an educated decision on a mate based upon strong men in her family vetting these men and telling her and showing her by example what to look for in a man. So now, these women make these choices of men. The men are no good for them. They have bad experiences because there were no men in their lives to check these men that was going to deal with the women in their family. And that's missing on. So I tell sisters all the time, you don't have a father, a brother. If you don't have a father, who's the oldest brother? If you don't have a brother, who's the oldest? Who's the man? Whoever's the oldest and whatever position in the family, he should take on that role of looking out for the women and what men are dealing with them. So now the women become bitter because they make bad choices in a man, or sometimes the man put on a good mask. So now they become bitter. When they become bitter, they start snapping back at men. Now they're bitter, they're angry at men because of the bad experiences they happen. So now that causes the gender war, because now if a decent brother wants to come along and deal with this sister, now her anger's all built up from her baggage, and the brother's like, what did I do? You just hate men. So now you have another war within the genders. Likewise, the men. My mother, my sisters, they gave me game about what to look for in a woman. They told me about, we need vetting processes, and it starts with the household and the family. And that has been broken. We know the curse that was put on us from the Most High for disobedience. We have to break that curse by being obedient now. And we know the things that were done to us throughout time, history, slavery, the women's liberation movement, a lot of stuff you brothers already spoke upon. And we have to get back to men, vet, protect, and school, and size up these men that want to deal with the women in your family. Sisters, give brothers advice and be examples on what to look for in a good mate, a good wife, and this gender war can be broken down. And if we know, according to the scriptures and the word of the Most High Power, through his son, Hamashiach Yahushua, whom the world ignorantly calls Christ, or whatever name you have for him, in different vernaculars of Hebrew, if we put them first, then we would take back on our masculine roles as the men and the feminine roles as the women, and the gender war goes away. And I'll land with that. All praises to Yahweh, Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. Shalom.